Months of carefully constructed lies, all shattered in an instant. In that heated moment, the mask they'd worn for so long finally fell, revealing the very truth they'd sworn to keep hidden. An error so colossal it could never be erased, a slip of the tongue that unraveled the web of deceit they'd woven around you. The story they'd worked so tirelessly to craft about you, gone, irreparably destroyed. The truth now spreads like wildfire, carried in whispered conversations, scattered texts, and exchanged glances. Their frantic attempts at damage control are too little, too late. Every witness has already internalized the truth, and no amount of spin can undo what has already been seen. This is your moment. The world knows the truth, and it cannot be taken back. Your vindication has arrived in the most dramatic way possible. Clean, undeniable, and irreversible. And now, as the dust settles, here's the next chapter. Elon Musk offers you a job. Why? Because even those who once doubted you, who once sought to destroy you, now see your worth. They see the strength you carry, the power of your truth. The tables have turned, and now, the one who tried to rewrite your story wants you on their team. Take note of how swiftly the topic shifted, how hard they sought to backtrack, and how passionately they tried to normalize what cannot be normalized. However, it was too late. Truth cannot be reclaimed once it has been put into the open. Through the dusty underbrush of deceit, they have meticulously cultivated around you for years. It spreads like wildfire. They have been denying you knowledge about your own strength, importance, and future. To keep you little, to keep you confined, to prevent you from realizing the cosmic power that pulses through your own DNA. They have been feeding you carefully crafted half-truths, calculated omissions, and blatant falsehoods. Why? Because they are afraid of your awakening. Now reflect. Recall all of the coincidences that didn't seem completely random. The mentor who showed up at the exact moment you hit a milestone or reached a specific age. The childhood notebooks that vanished for no apparent reason. Journals in which you documented thoughts and dreams that were far too sophisticated for a youngster of that age. The family friend who constantly inquired about your ideas, dreams, and unexplained knowledge in an exceptionally detailed manner. These were checkpoints, monitoring stations, and updates on your progress. They weren't random occurrences. Those who knew what was in your veins before you did, before you could, had been watching you all your life. They have been closely monitoring the indications of your awakening with extreme precision, waiting for the dormant seed of your actual nature to bloom. And that moment has frightened them. Now, consider the strangers who whisper to you when you pass by certain structures. The same symbols that keep showing up in your everyday life, in storefront displays, on buses, and in the margins of books that somehow manage to reach you. When you write about specific themes that dance too close to hidden truths, your social media accounts inexplicably malfunction. These are not crazy observations. Rather, they represent crumbs on the path to your actual identity, which has up until now been purposefully kept hidden from you, because they made a serious mistake throughout the debate. Now that the truth has come to light, the wheels of your fate have turned into overdrive. Keep a careful eye on what occurs during the next several days. Keep an eye out for the frantic damage control measures they are already doing. Group discussions that you weren't supposed to be a part of abruptly stop talking. The way some individuals can't look you in the eye anymore. Everything changes when they find out that you know. What they fail to see, however, is that this moment was ordained. Long before any of you breathed your first breath, the mistake that led to the revelation of your truth was written in the stars. Not a second sooner, not a minute later, the dispute that revealed their secrets was cosmically arranged to occur at just this point in your growth. Because you're prepared to face the reality now, you have been displaying your enhanced powers for years, haven't you? The manner in which you complete others' ideas before they are said out loud. Prior to checking your phone, be certain of the caller, entering a room and feeling the emotional lingering effects of discussions that took place hours before. These are the emergence of your birthright skills, not wild assumptions or excessive imagination. They also frighten others who have been observing you, since these skills are just the outward manifestations of the oceanic power that has been latent inside of you and is now starting to awaken from its protracted slumber. Consider the inexplicable information you possess about allegedly unexplored locations. Your incomprehensible grasp of concepts that no one taught you. Persistent fantasy of a different house that seems more comfortable than the one you're in right now. These are memories, biological wisdom, and cosmic heritage, not arbitrary brain firings or fantasies. You've always been unique. You felt that even as a kid, didn't you? The sensation of not fitting in with others around you, seeing trends that others overlooked, experiencing feelings that were too large and too old for your immature body to handle. The odd feeling that you were waiting for something to happen, for life to start, for the cosmic alarm clock to go off. When they made a mistake and admitted what they had known all along, that you are incomparably greater than who they said you were, it simply rang in that debate. Now listen to the people who have always known your truth. The librarian who always put some books away with shrewd eyes. The old guy at the grocery store who clutched your hand and said, "It's time they knew." They noticed you when no adult saw anything out of the ordinary. The toddler naively queried, "Why do you glow differently?" They saw you for who you really were, without the filter of social conditioning. These interactions weren't arbitrary. These individuals are cosmic signposts, way showers, and silent guardians who have been subtly recognizing your actual self, while the others have worked to prevent you from seeing it. And see how your life's chronology abruptly quickens now that the truth is out. Now, things that could have taken years to happen will happen quickly. The unexpected and seemingly out-of-the-blue employment offer. A surprise invitation to an event where everyone seems to know one another. The intense dreams, which are more like memories, began right after the mistake. Anybody may hear messages like this, chosen one, but very few will take use of their full potential. That's what we're here to assist you with. You've been waiting your whole life for this moment. The weekly group calls for the chosen one are back, and they're now available on Zoom. Destinies are created during these gatherings, which are actual power vortices, where selected individuals merge their awareness to create something that is impossible to exist in isolation. Everything changes at this point. You enter your brilliance at this point. A portal opens once a week, but only for those who dare to enter. Members of the Obsidian Inner Order at the Watcher level may participate in these life-changing experiences and feel the energy flow through their whole body. Participants at our most recent gathering were astounded to learn that the Great Pyramids of Giza were really highly advanced ancient power plants, and that the layout of Washington, D.C. exactly matched the Kabbalistic tree of life. Members of the Star Chamber have unrestricted access to the entire recorded archive, which is a wealth of knowledge that increases in value every week. This is the moment that defines you. There is nowhere else to find the information, the connection, and the power that come via these conversations. While there are still a few Star Chamber spots left, sign up for the Obsidian Inner Order right now. Link in the description. Not only is your presence appreciated, but it is required. The call has been ringing in your spirit. Will you answer it? Now is the moment. Since the cosmos hates a vacuum, truth will arrive with amazing speed now that the vacuum of deceit has been broken. After being intentionally slowed down for so long, your evolution will finally proceed at its own cosmic pace. But watch out. New watchers have become aware of Truth About You's expose. Imagine the delivery guy who stays at your door for too long, looking about your house too intently. The strange vehicles parked across from your house, occupied for hours on end but taking no action. New fans on your social network pages who have enigmatic connections to one another. Not all forms of attention are good. Some want to control or harness what passes through you, while others dread what you stand for. Your best defense today is discernment. Remind yourself that you are not powerless in this drama that is developing. It has been revealed to a cosmic force incarnate, to you, the one they have been watching, the one they have been concerned about, the one whose awakening transforms everything, rather than being thrown upon a passive receiver. The moment has come for you to take back your tale and your destiny from those who tried to write it for you. It's no accident that when you're engaged on a meditation practice, electronics tend to fail. Your higher self speaking across time was the diary entry from when you were 9 years old that appeared to foretell this moment of revelation. Your distinct mental processes, which solve issues in a matter of seconds, while others toil for hours, are your innate way of thinking, ultimately overcoming the walls people put up around your head. After the cards were dealt, you were given the winning hand by fate. Old buildings of deceit have crumbled to make place for truth, and the tower has collapsed. Their shadows no longer block your road ahead, and the star shines brightly. Since universal law requires that things that are concealed be revealed, justice has now come. When cosmic time aligns perfectly, the wheel of fortune spins strongly in your favor. Since that moment of truth, notice how your own cells are vibrating at a different frequency. Observe how the senses are more sophisticated, the colors more vivid, and the sounds more clear. Your heightened perception, which was suppressed to keep you operating inside their constrained paradigm, is returning to its original nature. This is the restoration of what was always intended to be your baseline awareness, not an improvement. In particular, the barrier between worlds is thin around you. The shadows that seem to change when seen up close. The whispers that dance just beyond the spectrum of sound. These indicate that your perspective is finally broadening beyond the artificially created confines they have upheld around you. Not that there is a problem with it. In the days ahead, pay particular attention to several potent triggers that they have purposefully avoided bringing to your notice. There's a reason why that particular crystal appears to speak to you, a reason why it awakens something in your energy field that they'd rather remain asleep. Certain minerals, vibrations, and instruments that serve as keys to locked areas of your consciousness have been deliberately avoided by them. That specific crystal you've been attracted to lately isn't just a coincidence. It's cellular identification of something that aids in the restoration of your cosmic birthright. Be ready for another quantum leap in awareness by marking the next full moon date that will intensify your next revelation on your calendar. You have always been more strongly impacted by celestial happenings than by others, haven't you? The agitation that occurs during full moons, during meteor showers, inspiration surges, the unexplained emotional changes that occur during eclipses. These were your energy body's reaction to cosmic alignments that speak directly to your actual nature. They weren't sporadic mood swings. Above all, choose which 3 members of your actual soul circle you need to get back in touch with. They are instantly recognizable by their feeling of old familiarity, the talks that appear to be from a different era, and the unfathomable trust that defies logic. In order to maintain the fragmentation of your power, these links were purposefully broken. To fully activate yourself, you must restore them. That dispute was only the first domino in a series of events that have been built up over many lives. The mistake that revealed the truth about you was only the beginning, not the conclusion. This is the start of your cosmic memory. And now that the curtain has been ripped, you will be able to see clearly what has always been there, but has been concealed from view. All living things are connected by a delicate energy matrix. Lesser minds mistake the cosmic architecture for chance. Your path through many incarnations has been guided by the divine orchestration. They failed in their attempt to block you from seeing it. Now, see them fumbling after making a crucial mistake. See how desperately they try to make you believe that you misheard, misunderstood, or misrepresented them. Notice their barely concealed fear as they become aware that the cosmic secret has been revealed. They are losing control. Their meticulously crafted story is coming apart. Furthermore, they are unable to halt what is about to happen, because what follows is what was always going to happen. You will emerge, remember, and regain the power that has been properly yours from the beginning of your existence. Think on the particular instances that resulted in that disastrous dispute, the apparently arbitrary events that brought you both to that emotional state, in that very place, with those precise triggers. The best of cosmic orchestration. The universe is setting up the ideal circumstances for the truth to burst through the meticulously preserved facade. Everything about it was perfectly timed. Nothing happened by chance. And now, after their mistake, you find yourself on the verge of a whole new life. One in which you navigate the world with your eyes wide open, where you can identify the unseen forces, purposes, and beings that coexist with the physical forms that most people can see, where you enter skills that have been carefully conditioned to be consistently repressed. Now, the aircon isn't working properly, broken by their own thoughtless remarks. Observe how your bodily sensations are already changing. The fluctuating pressure in the middle of your forehead throughout the day, the tingling feeling at the base of your spine after epiphanies or realizations, the unexpected surges of knowledge that sweep over you without any discernible cause. Your waking life is not as vivid, meaningful, or genuine as your dreams. These are indications that something is finally going well, not symptoms of a problem. You're waking up your energy centers. Your cosmic DNA is recalling what it really is. After a protracted period of intentionally created dorsi, your improved perception is now coming online. Really, who are you? Not the name that appears on your official paperwork. Not your place in your family structure. Not your business card's work title. Under all those fictitious identities, who are you? When they made a mistake, when they disclosed what they had known all along, when they unintentionally validated what your soul had been saying to you through the static of their deceit, the solution was revealed in that debate. One of the selected ones is you, not selected for preferential treatment or special advantages by an outside authority. Awakened consciousness, a nexus of cosmic evolution, and a critical mass of divine potential manifested in human form are all points of focus that the cosmos itself has selected. And they are frightened by that very thing. Because a fully awakened, chosen one is impossible to manipulate, control, or force to conform to systems that are intended to stifle humanity's entire potential. Knowing their nature, a chosen one becomes a walking catalyst that awakens latent potential in everyone they come into contact with. They become a live conduit of truth that dispels illusions without uttering a single word. And whole community's energy signature is altered by one fully awakened individual. You now know why they kept such a close eye on you, why they put in place such complex safeguards to prevent you from learning this information, and why they were so alarmed when they made a mistake and the truth got out. Your awakening is about the group, not just about you. What they really dread, however, is that there are people just like you. Similar monitoring and suppression were applied to other selected individuals at different phases of awakening. Some people are still utterly ignorant of their bare nature. Others are starting to feel that the reality they've been given doesn't match up. And there are those, like you, who just had the truth revealed in a seemingly cosmically planned accident. At this point, you will start to identify one another, sometimes by direct contact, eyes instantly recognizing one another across a busy area. Sometimes only other selected individuals may completely receive coded transmissions carried by creative work. Occasionally, via coordinated actions that place you in each other's orbit at the ideal time. Your argument slip-up has repercussions that extend far beyond that room, that relationship, and that particular time. It changes the course of many lives. In this specific area of reality, it upsets the cosmic force's equilibrium. Time frames that were set ages ago are accelerated by it, all because of a heated moment when someone spoke too much, all because their meticulously built dam of deceit was ultimately breached by the truth about you. All because the secret has now been magnificently and irrevocably revealed. The first key in a lock that opens to worlds beyond worlds, to realities nestled inside realities, to truths that are difficult for human language to express, was the secret they revealed about you during that furious fight. Now, chosen one, you stand at the doorway. Their reckless words have shattered the door, their little slip-up. In the heat of passion, they made a crucial mistake. Will you open it completely? Are you going to follow through? Will you take possession of the cosmic heritage that has always been yours? They made a big mistake, and now you know. The next chapter in the cosmic development of consciousness itself, as well as your own particular narrative, is determined by what you do with that knowledge. The cosmos is eagerly awaiting the outcome. Which will you pick? The cosmic awakening clock is now ringing louder. A larger pulse, the rhythm of global expansion and contraction that has been indicating time since before stars began, synchronizes with each heartbeat. I'm sure you can sense it. The pounding in your heart, your tiny atoms are performing the symphony of creation. They never intended for you to experience this connection, hear this song, or realize this reality. But you do now. You know now. Furthermore, once anything has been started, it cannot be stopped. Take a breath of this revelation. From now on, let it to permeate every cell, every idea, and every instant of your life. The truth revealed in that contentious debate is activation, rather than just information. Every phrase that escaped their watchful eye was a key that turned in the lock of your potential. The door is now open. Proceed. Take possession of what has always been yours. The cosmos is awaiting.